Hello and welcome to Maltby Academy's virtual Year 5 and 6 Parents' Evening. I'm sorry we can't get parents and children up to the Academy to show you what we've got to offer, but obviously due to coronavirus things are a little bit challenging. So we've put a couple of videos together which I hope you'll find useful when you're looking at which school to send your children to. I'm going to do a little bit of speaking first. I'm Mr Wood, I'm the Principal, and Miss Crofts, the Student Achievement Leader of Year 7, will also talk to you for a few minutes. I'd like to start by talking about our mission. And it's something we believe really strongly about at Maltby Academy. And it's about delivering exceptional learning experiences that enable all young people to thrive in a competitive world and lead successful and fulfilling lives. And that's really what we're all about here. It's about making sure that when students leave at the end of Year 11 or the end of Year 13, they've got options and they've got choices. We want those choices to be broad, to allow our young people to go on and lead fantastic lives. And that's what I talk to the students about all the time. It's going on and having a great life when you leave us. And that's what it's all about. In order to do that, there's sort of 5 things that we focus on. And the first one is about high expectations for all. And we talk a lot about traditional values and conduct of our young people. And it's the small things sometimes that really make the Academy a great place to be. We encourage students to say please, encourage them to say thank you, hold doors open for each other, and really create a community feel that makes it a nice environment to be. So we don't shy away from the fact that we set the bar really high on how we expect students to behave. That's one of our key drivers. Second, it's about the curriculum. We want students to have a full breadth and be exposed to as many different things as they can around the curriculum. I'll talk a little bit in more detail specifically about what students will study, but one of the sort of key values and principles is they have a broad set of subjects that they can then narrow down in Year 10 and 11 and then narrow down again into the 6th form to make sure they can follow the stuff that they're really, really interested in. Thirdly is academic rigour. We want a broad curriculum, we want students to enjoy themselves while they're here, but we don't shy away from the fact that we want them to have excellent outcomes at the end, because it's those outcomes in English, maths, science, and humanities that really make a difference to students' options when they leave us at the end of Year 11 or 13. So as they get to Key Stage 4, we've got a real sharp focus to make sure those students come away with GCSEs that give them lots of different options and lots of different choices going forward in their lives. Next is high quality teaching and learning, and we put a lot of work in with our staff to make sure that the lessons are the best they can possibly be. We've got subject specialists in every single department, so our maths teachers, for example, our science teachers are people with degrees in science and degrees in maths. And that's not common in a lot of academies, but we've put a lot of work into recruitment, a lot of investment in our staff to make sure that the people in front of your young people really know their stuff and can really stretch them and make sure that they come out with those fabulous outcomes. Finally, it's personalised student support and challenge, and Miss Crofts is going to talk more about that later, but really what we want to create is an environment where students feel safe. They feel they can come, they'll not get everything right, they're teenagers, things go wrong, and we've got a good structure in place to make sure that we look after them, and if things are going wrong, we've got people in place to meet with the students to help them and make sure we get them back on track as quickly as we can. So they're our sort of 5 key areas that we focus on. Back to the curriculum, as they arrive in Year 7, they embark on a 3-year Key Stage 3. So Year 7, 8 and 9, they study a broad range of subjects. End of Year 9 go to options, and then they'll look to narrow that down to subjects they're going to do at GCSE or BTEC. In Year 7, this is what they'll study. So we have 30 50-minute lessons. That gives us enough breadth to be able to make sure we've got enough variety throughout the week. They have 5 English, 5 maths, because that's the core, that's the basis of everything else. We put a lot of effort into that in Key Stage 3. They've got 4 science, 3 MFL, which at the moment is Spanish for us. Now we've put 3 MFL in because we know at primary school sometimes students have not had exposure to MFL teaching, and that's purely because primary schools find it difficult to have that specialism. So we've built that up to 3. They can then make a choice at the end of Year 9 whether they want to continue that into Key Stage 4. History and geography are 2. We have 1 RS, 1 computing, 2 physical education. It's important that we try to keep them healthy and they have the opportunity to run around and do the stuff that young people should do. And then we have 1 for drama, art, design and technology, life skills and music. And life skills is a subject where we're looking at lots of things that are around the curriculum, how to keep themselves safe, looking at things like drugs and alcohol and trying to teach them about being good citizens and making sure they make the right choices when they're leaders. As they get to Key Stage 4 then, at the end of Year 9, they'll have an options process. And here we've got all the different subjects that they can decide to follow when they finished Year 9. There's the core ones they all have to do, so they'll all have to do English, they'll all do maths, they'll all do science. Beyond that, pretty much apart from PE, they have a free choice, and they can then decide which subjects they're most interested in and which subjects they think will set them up best for the career aspirations that they've got. It'll be a guided choice. We'll talk through this with the young people to make sure that we think what they're doing is right for their career aspirations. But we have a huge breadth of courses that we think are really interesting. And there's things that they won't have come across before, things like media, some of the technology subjects, engineering, business, health and social care. Those sorts of things we think can really sort of interest students and give a nice breadth of subjects at Key Stage 4. At Key Stage 5 they narrow down again and look at 3 things really that they really want to focus on, and this gives them a chance to follow university courses when they leave or go into high-level apprenticeships. Again, Key Stage 5 courses, we've got a breadth and there's a lot of them to choose from. So the traditional subjects are there, English, maths, the sciences, geography, history, but we also have psychology, we've got BTEC IT, we've got performing arts, we've got criminology, we've got an esports qualification now that students can follow. So I think there's a lot of things there that can interest students if they want to stay with us, and I hope they do, into Key Stage 5. Beyond the academic, we also want to focus on 5 key drivers or values that we want to build in with the students while they're with us. And these are the things really that will hopefully set them up for life about their qualities and how they approach life beyond the curriculum that we've got. The first is resilience. We think it's really important that students understand that failure is part of life. And when things go wrong, what we're trying to teach our students is that's fine. It goes wrong, but what we need to do is learn from that, get back up and have another go. And there's something about teenagers, I think, where resilience starts to drop a little bit. If you think about a young child who learns to ride a bike, they fall off all the time, they keep getting up and they keep getting up until they get it right. And they've got great resilience when they're little. As they become teenagers, that resilience sometimes drops and they suddenly feel they're not very good at things if they don't get it right the first time. We want to build that resilience because that's how they learn. So I don't like them saying, I'm not good at maths, I can't do art, those sorts of things. It's really about, you can't do art yet, or you're not good at maths yet. And it's just pushing them to the next level all the time and making sure that resilience is really there. We want to have high aspirations, and we'll work with them really early on through the careers programme to start opening them up to the different opportunities career-wise beyond the academy. So we'll set them some goals early on, we'll allow them to meet employers and get out to universities and see what's going on, get out to apprentices, talk about setting up their own business if that's what they want to do, and build their aspirations so they've got something to work for while they're with us. We want to have responsibility and take responsibility for their actions. And that's a life skill, and that's something again that young people sometimes, some of them, aren't great at doing. They've got to understand that it's their responsibility, their actions are their responsibility. I'm going to work with them all the time to take responsibility for what they do. We want to have confidence, because we know sometimes it's the confidence that can let people down, not their skills or their abilities. So when they go out into the big wide world, they'll have the skills, they'll have the qualities, but some of them don't have the confidence, and the confidence then can let them down and mean they don't have those fulfilling lives they want to have. So we're building a lot of activities around building students' confidence. We've got an oracy programme that's working really well, which is encouraging students to speak publicly and have that confidence in their own abilities. And finally, we want to be part of a community. So a community of the school or the academy to make sure that we work together, we look after each other. We know there'll be fallouts, we know things will go wrong, but ultimately we're all part of one academic community and we want them to feel part of that. But we also want them to have a positive impact on the wider community, the community of Maltby, of Rotherham and of the UK. So we encourage them to all take part in charity events to make sure they put something back. We get the sixth formers to get involved in reading with younger students. We want to get more involved in the primary schools to make sure that there's a link there and make sure we all feed into this idea of community and we're all working together and we're having an impact and having a positive impact on the world. And these are the 5 key values or drivers that we're aiming to instill in all our young people. I'm going to pass on to Miss Crofts now, who's going to talk to you more about the opportunities that your young people will have.
Okay, my name is Miss Crofts. I'm the Year 7 Student Achievement Leader. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit now about who we have to support our Year 7 students, in particular at Maltby Academy. So there's myself as Achievement Leader, and we also have Miss Smith, who's our Year 7 Student Welfare Manager. And we're there to ensure that throughout the transition progress, your son or daughter feels happy, they're excited, they're ready to come and join us. They are looking forward to it. They're going to be safe at school. You have no worries about sending them to our academy. That's our job, that's our role, to make sure that those three things happen. When they do join us, they're going to have a form tutor. That form tutor will be the first port of call in the morning that they will meet every single day. They'll be there to make sure they're equipped for their learning. They'll be able to make sure they're ready to learn, and they'll be that first port of call. We've also got our safeguarding team, and our safeguarding team are then there again to be able to support with any worries that they might be having. Okay, we'll investigate those and make sure they're safe and ready to learn. We've got our attendance team. They're going to be there checking that they're in school, they're on time, they're ready to learn. We've also got teaching assistants there within class, and our receptionists there to ensure that they're able to fully succeed in their learning for that day. On here is a range of pictures. These pictures show what opportunities we have. We want to provide all our young people with as many opportunities as possible so that they're able to develop those key drivers we've said about resilience, community, confidence. You can see from here we've got our ski trip to Folgorida. We've got, we go to Herringthorpe Stadium for the athletics. Community days for children who get the most achievement points. There's a reward for them. Disney trip to Disneyland Paris. The netball trip to Condover Hall, the Year 11 prom, the scholarship. We do a race for life for our Year 5 children, and also our Maltby Academy students. All these opportunities for them to take part in, to develop those skills further. Again, these are just some more of our enrichments that we have. As well as all those sporting goals and those non-academic trips, there's also things going to Bletchley Park for computer science. We have visits to Sheffield Hallam University. We get to go to Cambridge University. There's a National Museum of Computing. All these are there to help to ensure that people have those aspirations. They want to develop their skills, their knowledge further, and we provide them with those opportunities. Now, this is the next important part. If you would like to send your son or daughter to Maltby Academy, the process would be for you to apply online, and the places you need to apply by is the 31st of October. We'll have all of this on our website for you to follow, but if you would like to choose Maltby Academy, we would love you to, and it's by the 31st of October.
I hope it's been useful for you. There is another video we've produced as well, which we're on the website, which is like a student's view of the Academy, and talking to some of our students about their perspective of their time with us. I'd really encourage you to look at that video. I'd also encourage you to email Miss Crofts if you've got any issues at all, or just email the Academy. If you want me to talk to you, give me a call. I'm happy to discuss anything with you, and we're really excited about welcoming our new Year 7 cohort in 2021. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon.